Hello, I'm Jim Venn. Welcome to today's webinar, Oracle E-Business Suite, What's Next? Very recently, Ken McMahon, head of Oracle integration here at Version 1, was invited by Oracle to a 3-day summit at Oracle headquarters where a range of E-Business Suite topics were discussed with a select number of invited customers and partners from around the world. The purpose of the summit was a two-way sharing of information where Oracle provided insight as well as gauged reactions and received feedback on a number of areas concerning the continued development and support of eBusiness Suite. This 30-minute webinar covers some of those topics, including what Oracle's eBusiness Suite strategy and roadmap look like. What I'll suggest is if you have any questions during the course of the presentation, please send them via the webinar chat or by email afterwards. We'll then compile a list of questions and email out responses as a follow-up to the session, along with the full slide deck. And just a slight warning, some of the slides and content that I'm going to share with you may come across as a bit salesy, if I can use that term. So you'll have to forgive me, but I wanted to try and convey Oracle's continued enthusiasm for your business suite, which was a central theme coming out of the summit. Okay, let's begin. This diagram showcases the main business areas that eBusiness Suite currently supports, represented by Oracle's red clouds, with certainly enterprise planning, financial reporting, and more recently, talent management and recruiting being very close to our hearts. The grey circles are aspects that underpin the application which eBusiness Suite leverages off, allowing organizations to streamline their operations and enhance the user experience. And we'll be taking a closer look at two of the areas that have particular focus during the summit later, being the cloud and mobile. Here's Oracle eBusiness Suite's roadmap. As you can see, eBusiness Suite Release 12.1 was launched in May 2009. Release 12.2 was introduced in September 2013. The latest release is 12.2.6, which came out September of last year. And now during the summit, Oracle communicated that 12.2.7 will be announced at Oracle Open World next month. So if you're planning on implementing Release 12.2.6, which will soon be superseded, depending on how far along you are on your implementation path, it may be worth reviewing that decision and skipping 12.2.6 for 12.2.7. Late 2018 or early 2019, we'll see 12.2.8, which does provide a 12.2.7 upgrade, some breathing room. And unofficially during the summit, Oracle also mentioned that the next major release will be 12.3, which is planned to be developed on top of the current baseline versions of technology and not a big tidal wave release that 11i to release 12 was. The intention here is that Oracle are trying to make it as easy as possible to upgrade from 12.1 or 12.2 to 12.3 and are going so far as to say it will be doable as an online patch. As far as the support side is concerned, Premier support will be available for 12.1 until December 2021, 12.2 to September 2023, and here's the interesting one, eBusiness Suite will be supported until 2030 at the very least, and quite likely beyond that. Now this does raise an interesting question. Why are Oracle stating eBusiness Suite will continue right through until 2030 and beyond, particularly when they've been pushing Oracle Cloud applications like Fusion Financial so heavily? To answer that, we need to look at Oracle's strategy for eBusiness Suite. This is the strategy behind the roadmap fueled by Oracle's desire to continue improving, developing, and supporting eBusiness Suite. It's essentially broken down into three pillars: functional innovation, modern user experience and mobility, and operational efficiency. Much of the summit revolved around these pillars, so this is a slide we'll keep coming back to as we move through today's topics. So let's explore some of the elements that make up functional innovation. As soon as someone mentions the term artificial intelligence, it's easy to start visualizing futuristic robots in some sci-fi thriller, but we're already utilizing artificial intelligence every day. If we take a navigation app, for example, it employs artificial intelligence to assess our current location, intended destination, travel preferences, current traffic volumes, prior selections, and so on to make recommendations. Oracle's adaptive intelligent apps work on similar principles. Adaptive intelligent apps are powered by enormous amounts of digital consumer and business data processed in real time from Oracle's data cloud and are backed up by a sophisticated decision science and machine learning engine to deliver actionable and individualized outcomes. They're able to anticipate user behaviors, but also continuously improve outcomes as the system reacts, learns, and adapts. There is a value exchange between the end user and the adaptive intelligent app. That is, the more the user interacts, the more value they receive. There's a number of adaptive intelligent applications already available for ERP and supply chain management, such as those you can see in front of you. If we take a closer look at adaptive intelligent apps for procurement, we have a guided buying advisor, which makes recommendations about preferred products and suppliers, and predictive supplier risk management, which monitors factors that may impact our supply chain to then allow category managers to make take the most appropriate course of action. So, for example, the guided buying advisor with iProcurement tries to reduce uncategorized spends by recommending spend categories for any non-catalog requests at the point the items are being added. The guided buying advisor can also help streamline the shopping process by providing users with the most appropriate item or supplier for their request, and use shopping patterns to make recommendations about additional items that the user may want to consider, as well as suggest alternatives based on ratings and reviews. In terms of managing supplier risk, we have supplier analysis, which highlights any potentially risky suppliers to the category manager through risk alerts. The category manager can then review the supplier and the current level of risk. They can then assess the company's exposure to that risk and determine what the potential impact might be, and also investigate internal feedback on the supplier before receiving recommendations from the system as to the best course of action to take to preempt any potential impact. Let's next take a look at a few examples of cloud applications that can be integrated with eBusiness Suite to extend the functionality of a client's solution. Accounting Hub Reporting Cloud Service provides eBusiness Suite customers with enhanced reporting and analytics on top of their existing general ledger systems. In essence, it brings the reporting capabilities of ERP Cloud to an eBusiness Suite solution, providing real-time visibility to financial reports, account monitoring features, and opens up the possibility of accessing the reporting services from mobile devices such as the tablet or smartphone. Planning and Budgeting Cloud Service allows organizations to extend their existing eBusiness Suite solution with enhanced planning and budgeting applications. Planning and Budgeting offers intuitive role-based web and Microsoft Office interfaces with virtually zero training required, as it includes built-in starter kits and online help and tutorials. Some of the features include flexible workflow and plan management capabilities, built-in management reporting, and support for rolling forecasts and best practices. And lastly, with the changes looming to accounting for revenue introduced by IFRS 15, Oracle's Revenue Management Cloud Service can be employed within an eBusiness Suite solution to help ensure compliance with the new standard. Revenue Management Cloud includes features such as rule-based identification and creation of customer contracts and performance obligations, simplified and automated revenue accounting allocations across products and services, and the capability to recognize revenue when performance obligation is satisfied, with the ability to manage complex satisfaction schedules and rules. The last subtopic within functional innovation is delivering further customer-driven enhancements. To give you a very brief picture, numerous features and products were introduced as part of the release 12.2 launch. However, through enhancement requests submitted by customers to Oracle, Oracle have developed a number of further features to accommodate those requests, such as recurring billing within order management, which was released as part of 12.2.6, allowing billing plans to be created within a sales order, which orchestrates the frequency of invoice generation in relation to a rental or subscription contract, for example. A ratings and feedback feature was introduced to iProcurement in release 12.2.5, providing buyers with valuable information to help make better buying decisions. In release 12.2.6, iProcurement also received spot buy functionality to allow certain authorized requesters the ability to create a purchase order automatically to help expedite the process for certain situations. And also within 12.2.6, iProcurement was enhanced with contract relationships to provide users with better visibility of contracts undertaken with a particular supplier and how those contracts link to associated purchase agreements and orders. That's just a few examples of customer-driven enhancements that Oracle have developed to deliver functional innovation. Let's move on to the second pillar of Oracle's eBusiness Suite strategy, which is modern user experience and mobility. When developing Oracle Cloud applications, the user experience was in the forefront of Oracle's mind, and they set out to create an application with a very modern look and feel about it. They then started applying the same look and feel to eBusiness Suite. If we look at some of the forms under release 12.1.3 and compare with its counterpart in 12.2.5, you'll notice quite a departure, with the latter having a much more clean and simplified display and navigations. And the driving force behind this is for the application to become platform or device independent. Being able to perform exactly the same functions on a mobile device as we can on a desktop, PC, or laptop. So Oracle's eBusiness Suite user experience and mobile strategy are interrelated, with enhanced tablet optimizations introduced as part of release 12.2, such as touch-friendly icon-based navigations, with the option to switch back to tab navigation if required for specific users, increased spacing to support a touch-based device, and gesture support for actions like vertical and horizontal scrolling, drag and drop, and so on. And when we start delving into the smartphone device, which naturally offers less screen real estate, the need to develop a clean, condensed, yet consistent display becomes even more important. The example app in front of us demonstrates how the various activities associated with the work order can be split across multiple screens on the smartphone, linked together in a logical sequence, whilst preserving all the key information required to perform each action, where it's not practical to fit everything on the one smartphone screen. And this leads us nicely onto where Oracle is currently at with their mobile applications. As you can see on the left of this slide, there are 22 Oracle mobile applications currently available for eBusiness Suite. I won't go through them all, but we'll take a closer look at one or two of them in a moment. However, this hopefully gives you an idea of what is available now to help facilitate mobile enablement of user functions within the associated modules. In terms of compatibility, these are all available for eBusiness Suite version 12.1.3 and higher, and supports both iOS and Android platforms. I'll also make mention of the fact that there are no additional license costs associated with these apps. A device simply needs to be in the hands of a person that is a licensed eBusiness Suite user, and that's it. One additional point is that all of the applications have been built upon Oracle's mobile applications framework, with the exception of 4, but I'll talk more about that in the next slide. Oracle's mobile applications release strategy is firstly to develop a common set of applications built using Oracle's mobile application framework, which is a tool set for designing and developing mobile applications. This then allows Oracle to make new applications available, as well as updates in the form of server-side and client-side patches for existing apps via consolidated releases on a regular basis. There are currently 18 applications included within the latest release 6, and 4 apps being expenses, field service, service manager, and supply chain apps, which are not built upon Oracle's mobile application framework. So these are handled separately through their own off-cycle release schedules. If we take a look at Oracle's eBusiness Suite mobile apps timeline, back in June 2014, eBusiness Suite mobile apps was launched, which simply included 2 applications, approvals and time cards, and only for iOS. 4 months later, 10 new apps were added, plus updates to the original 2. March 2015 saw the introduction of Android support with mobile release 3. In October 2015, we have enhancements around security and deployment, as well as the first of the HR-related apps. In December 2015, the mobile application framework was made available to us for custom app development, which is a significant milestone. In March 2016, we have Mobile Applications Manager module functionality within the core application itself. And if we fast forward to now, as mentioned previously, we have 18 apps available on Oracle's mobile application framework, plus an additional 4, making 22 in total. So as you can see, within the space of 3 years, Oracle's mobile offering has gone from essentially nothing to quite a substantial number of applications. And Oracle are constantly delivering enhancements to existing apps, with new applications being released on a regular basis. So let's take a very brief look at some specific applications currently available. We have mobile approvals, and let me apologize for the clarity of some of the screenshots, but hopefully you'll be able to see, working from left to right here, that authorizers are presented with a summary of approvals grouped by approval type on their device. From here, they can navigate into a list of pending approvals for a given type, select a specific item for which they are provided the key pieces of information to make a decision, and then select the appropriate action, whether that be to approve, reject, or request further information. I'll just make mention of the fact that, as you can appreciate, the information provided has been optimized to take into account the smaller screen size of a phone or tablet compared with a full-size desktop or laptop. Therefore, you may not be presented with all the information that you might have had you accessed via the core product, but hopefully enough to make an informed decision. And one key feature of the mobile approvals app is that we have one application for handling a wide range of approval types, originating from a variety of modules, so we can deal with everything in one place. Next is mobile expenses. With the mobile expenses app, we can create an expense report, attach any supporting documentation, and then submit for approval and payment. The mobile expenses app is also a good example of how Oracle makes the most of the features of the device. For example, you can take a photo of a receipt using the device's camera and then attach it to an expense report. Mobile expenses can also use the device's GPS tracker to record distances traveled for mileage claims. And mobile expenses also supports voice recognition, so the device's mic can be used to create an expense report verbally. Mobile time cards app is very useful for engineers out in the field as an example, as it allows them to access the device's calendar, where they may have pre-booked appointments that, when completed, can be turned into items on their timesheet. This allows an engineer to fill out their timesheet quickly and easily as it happens, rather than having to try and remember how much time was spent and where, retrospectively, at the end of a day or a week. With mobile iProcurement, a requester, approver or buyer is able to review requisitions as well as contact other associated parties using the device's phone, email or messaging system. And receipts can also be processed simply by selecting the requisition, reviewing the line and confirming the receipt of the item or items. Mobile self-service HR offers a number of functions for employees and managers, which I'll run through quickly in the following slides. Employees can update and maintain contact information, including taking and uploading profile photos and the like for collaboration purposes. An employee can create, view and maintain absence information, like notification of sick leave or holiday requests. View and current and historical payslips at a summary or detailed level to save to PDF for forwarding or printing. And managers can view various HR-related information of their team members, including work and employment history and absences as well. The mobile learning app allows employees to browse, review and rate training courses offered by the organisation. And we have Mobile Person Directory, which provides access to employee profiles, organisation charts, and so on. Under Enterprise Information, we have mobile sales orders for reviewing sales order information and allowing the user to contact customers regarding the status of their orders, again using any one of the communication methods of the smartphone via the app. Mobile inventory provides the user with real-time information on stock levels through the device's camera, and barcode scanning is supported. The core line of business applications includes Mobile Project Manager that presents PMs with dashboards highlighting project status with drill down capability to transactional level information, as well as being able to access contact information of project team members. Mobile Discrete Production Supervisor delivers work order information, so a supervisor can see at a glance work order statuses and act on any issues to take whatever steps are necessary to resolve them, including contacting key people in the process. Mobile Field Service supports field engineers by providing them with navigation using the device's inbuilt GPS system for best route, and the touchscreen feature can also be used to capture signatures for task completions. And finally, mobile maintenance again employs the device's GPS and map features to locate and track an organization's assets and associated work orders. We now move on to the final pillar of Oracle E-Business Suite strategy, which is operational efficiency. A new feature introduced as part of Release 12.2 was online patching, which greatly reduces the downtime that was needed which greatly reduces the downtime that was needed in previous releases for application of release update packs, critical patch updates, and other patches and bug fixes of various kinds. In essence, online patching is performed by taking a copy of the running system. Patches are then applied to the copy while users continue to access the running system. Transparently to users, the copy becomes the new running system, and what was the original running system is then deleted. This introduces the concept of a patching cycle that consists of several phases, in contrast to the model used in previous releases. And as part of Release 12.2.6, further enhancements have been delivered to online patching to improve performance, as well as automatic support for customizations. And the last topic in today's webinar discusses migration to the cloud. Oracle's simplified view offers two broad options: either adopt Oracle Cloud applications under a software as a service offering, or migrate to an Oracle Cloud Platform via infrastructure as a service or platform as a service. Zooming in more closely on Oracle Cloud Platform, the two main differences between the flavors is migration to infrastructure as a service can be essentially a lift and shift of an existing eBusiness Suite solution to a cloud platform that does away with the need for the client to worry about infrastructure concerns and costs. And this is something we performed for a number of our clients already. Whereas platform as a service is re-implementing eBusiness Suite on top of Oracle's cloud infrastructure, along with any other Oracle services that an organization may wish to consider, while still allowing for customizations to support a client's business processes, which would not be available under software as a service offering. The key benefits of migrating to an Oracle Cloud Platform is to support growth, enable business agility, and lower an organization's costs and risks. And can I also throw in there that we've seen Oracle invest quite heavily in recent years, getting their cloud service up to a competitive and operationally efficient level compared with those organizations that may be thought of as more traditional cloud service providers. Well, that concludes our webinar for today. As mentioned previously, if you have any questions, please forward them to the email address in front of you, info@version1.com, and we'll respond as quickly as we can. I hope you found today's session valuable. Thank you for joining me.